To the channel. This is a brand new channel here on YouTube. I have another channel that's been around for a while that has been great, but is different subject matter than this. And so because I am a full-time mortgage guy who trades in the mornings, I have one channel dedicated to that, one channel dedicated to this as I move to eventually streaming every morning the first couple hours of market open. So just want to kind of give a little introduction. I haven't figured out how to get my face on the screen yet, but I will. And I'm not hiding from anything. I have nothing to hide. I'm not a mentor. This is not financial advice. I have nothing to sell you. I'm just really doing these trades live to help myself stay accountable and using the old comprehension that, you know, when you're teaching something, that's when you're really learning it. And I've noticed that when I stream live that I trade really, really well. And I haven't had any mistakes. And part of the reason for that is because you have to be focused when you're literally every second. I highly recommend you do this. If you're not comfortable live streaming for some reason, maybe instead of doing that, just record your trades, because it's really, and talk as though you're live streaming it, because it forces you to talk through every single thing that you're doing. So just a quick look today, kind of a choppy market. I'm just going to show you kind of the things that I do. I trade the ES. I will look at the NQ occasionally, but I don't trade it. I try to just stick to my one thing that I know well. I know how it reacts. I know how it works. The NQ is a little crazy. A lot of people like that, but my strategy is better with the steady Eddie stuff. I have one indicator on here, the 21 EMA, that I'll use on the 5 and the 1 minute time frame. And we do top down analysis all the way from the monthly, weekly, daily. We do that every single day, first thing. And then, I also have this fair value gap indicator, which is really helpful because it just shows you the gaps, where they are. So it's just kind of quick reference in case oh, shoot, I missed that. No, it's impossible to miss them. So I don't use a whole lot of indicators on the chart, but today so far, and I'm done for the day at this point. I missed out. I knew this when the market's choppy like this, especially when there's tons of support here. I should have, and I made a mistake, I should have taken a 5-handle target on this entry here, which would have exited me right here, right in the support, which makes sense, right? You want to buy at support. And I just didn't move it fast enough. I went to move it, and it was already too late. I was like 60 plus 16 ticks or whatever. I was like, shoot. And it never came back. So I got stopped at essentially break even on that one. And then the second trade, last one of the day, was going to, potentially look for 10 handles on this one. But again, same issue, support down here. So I said, you know what? Let's just go for 5. Feel pretty good about this one. From a standpoint of just where support and resistance was, how the price action looked. It looked like we were entering a sell program. Turns out that we were. And on this channel, I will go through more analysis on this. I will talk out every single thing that I'm doing. But essentially, just like, okay, hey, pretty obvious sell program entry here. We're starting to, structure is breaking. We're starting to see lower lows, higher highs on this 1 minute, getting underneath the 21 EMA. And we also hit an important resistance level up here with this 11 a.m. candle, which is the perfect, bearish order block looking candle. So anyway, several reasons why I wanted to enter there. Got in 85 or 89.50, wrote it down to 84.50. Could have eventually gotten to 79.50 down here, right here, if we had held on to it through this. It's okay. It is what it is. I will just wanted my 5 handles so I can be done for the day. And 5 handles a day will keep the lights on. That you really don't need a whole lot, and that's one of the things. I'm definitely a singles and doubles trader. If you're looking for home run hitters, that's not me. Maybe I'll evolve to that eventually. Eventually, as I continue to strive and get better every single day. Every single day, whether you make money or whether you invest money in the market, there's no real such thing as losing. You're investing. If you lose money, you're investing money in the market. And if you're making money, you're not winning, you're earning. You're earning off of what you've done, what you've learned, if you're trading properly. If you're just throwing it out there, then you are winning and losing, right? Because that's what gambling is. If you're just putting money on the table and then you either win or lose depending upon what happens, that's gambling. I'm not interested in that. I'm much more interested in investing and using futures scenarios to invest. And so I use really, really, really simple concepts for change in market structure. So watching market structure shift like this right here. So I got my 89.50 over here. I could have got it again right here. If you look at here, okay, equal lows right there. So not quite a break of structure, but I consider equals to be a break of structure on a situation like this. all other things combined, knowing that this went and dipped into a bearish order block from the previous day, Friday, knowing that, like, okay, so this is bearish. All right, equal lows, sounds good. I could have taken that same trade. Maybe would have even gotten in a tick better. But does it really matter? No, it doesn't. But when you look back at it from a patience perspective, hey, maybe I could have shown a little more patience there. So those are the kinds of things you try to look for. How can I improve? Even if I earned money, how can I improve? And usually, almost always, every day, the thing that keeps popping up is patience every single time. Every single time. And there's other things to learn from too, but gosh, every day it's like, yep, could have been more patient. Could have been more patient. And I'm trying hard to be patient. I let a lot of trades just run away, that I called the top. But, that doesn't matter. For me, it's all about psychology. It's me versus me at this point. My system works. That I'm certain of. So if I trade well, then I will do well. All I have to do is follow the plan. That's literally it. And so doing these videos, making this content, streaming this content is how I'm going to help myself elevate to the next level as a trader, to follow my plan religiously, to become very, very good at that. And then we'll see what the next step is. If I can get to the point where I'm able to follow my plan consistently, I will break away from this barely profitable / break-even trade trap that I've been in for a while, which is mostly a result of having just lots of breakdowns, not following the plan, taking trades I shouldn't be taking, convincing myself it's okay because I only need to risk 2 or 3 points or whatever the reason. As long as I avoid that, I will do great, because from an analysis standpoint, I'm done. I understand how these markets work, just have to stick to it. So that's the purpose of this channel. This is the first video I'm going to post on the channel. I will be doing live streams Wednesdays and Thursdays in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific time, to trade the open potentially. And today, if I had traded the open, we would have had a really nice setup. Let me show you how this, so you can see what we'll be doing at the open. And this is probably, there's some people who really get excited about, trading the open and stuff. I don't get excited about it necessarily, but I do like to do it because it's the one point in the day that's an inflection where the market really is going to pick a direction 90% of the time at this point in time. So because x-axis, we know, hey, there's a line drawn right here, then we should be looking for action on the y-axis, the up and down side. And so today, if I had been awake, it would have been an absolutely perfect setup, because what's happening right here, so 6 a.m. candle, this is the first one I start to really pay attention to. What is happening? Well, we have fair value gap right here in the preceding candle. We're above the 21 EMA. On the 5-minute chart, okay, electronic trading hours, the 21 EMA is by far the best indicator of where the market is moving first. And if we open above that, we're going higher. And look at today, opened above it and phew. But where I would have gotten in is I would have actually gotten in before market open today. I would have gotten in right there, because I would have only needed 4.5 points to break this order block right here. And it would have been a quick 10 handles. I mean, would have been in the opening 5 minutes of the market being open. We would have hit full target. Would have been almost no drawdown, very, very little, a couple of ticks at one point, and we would have hit full 10 handle target. So that's a shame. I slept in. It's Monday. It is what it is. I missed that one, but we will trade the open a lot. 2 or 3 times a week we'll actually be in trades at the open, and I have a remarkable hit rate on that. I've thought about being just a one-trick pony and just taking those trades because it's so unique, it's so fast, and I'm so good with it. But I do want to be able to take trades during silver bullet timeframes and take advantage of some of the other algorithmic stuff, which we know really, really moves the market. So anyway, if you want to follow, if you want to watch someone trade live who isn't, a pro, who just absolutely murders it every day, and that's one thing I noticed that on YouTube and live streaming for trades, there's people who are terrible at trading. I mean, people who are just absolutely terrible emotional traders with no plan. I've watched them. I still watch them because I actually kind of like the guys, but it's like watching a train wreck. It's so sad. They'll like get in a good entry and then they just exit. Why are you getting out? And then you just watch price go in their direction. And then like, oh yeah, just terrible trading, no plan, no exit strategy, no entry strategy. See it all the time. So there's those guys. And then there's the guys who are so good They're so good that it's disheartening. And, I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like wanting to be a preacher, someone who preaches the gospel. I've wanted to be a preacher, and going and watching preachers who are so good that you just go, I can never be that good. I may as well just point people to this guy. Or watching someone play the guitar. You're trying to learn how to play the guitar. You watch someone play and just go, no way. I suck. I'll never be that good. And I've gotten that feeling from watching some of these traders. There's some really good traders out there, and they make mountains of money every single day. And it's almost disheartening because you follow them, you watch, you listen. They can't quite explain to you what they're doing. They try to, but usually the guys who are the best, they're not that mechanical. They just have this insane, uncanny ability to know when it's right to get in and when it's not. And you can't teach that. And if you're following that and you're watching, you're like, I just don't understand. I still don't understand it. And so what I do is very understandable. It's very mechanical, and I actually don't manage these trades. The trades manage themselves based on my plan. So I'm a trading plan follower, and a guy who doesn't take a lot of trades but have a high accuracy rate. So if you're interested in that, follow along. There will be live videos coming, and I look forward to seeing you in there. Like I said, I'm not a mentor. So if you want to ask questions and want to say stuff in the chat, I'll always try to give you my 2 cents. But I'm not a mentor. Just remember, the information you're getting is free, and maybe you get what you pay for. Maybe I'll start charging when I become one of those big guys. But I don't see that happen, because if I become one of those big guys and I'm making $30,000, $50,000, $80,000 a day, I'm sorry, but I might live stream. If I find that that's one of the things that helps me, like I have so far, then maybe I'll live stream it. But I certainly won't be charging people $50 or whatever, to be their mentor, because I'm not going to mentor. I'm just not going to, especially if you're making that much money. Why put that hassle on yourself? I never understood that. If you're really crushing it like that in the markets and you're done within an hour or two, why put all this pressure on yourself to run this business around mentorships? Doesn't make sense, man. Some people are passionate about it. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's me. That's what you're going to get here. So subscribe if you want to check it out, and I'll see you on the live stream soon.